Well, the return of level one means the severely battled tourism industry can slowly recover. Wesgro has announced that the first cruise ship is scheduled to dock at the Port of Cape Town Cruise Terminal on the 18th of November. Before May next year, a whopping 37 ships are expected to dock on our shores. The influx of thousands of tourists to our shores means business can once again boom. For more on this, we're joined by Yaw Peprah, Wesgro's acting CEO. Yaw, thanks so much for joining us. How important is the cruise industry to Cape Town especially?
Morning, Annika. Thank you very much for the invitation. Cruise forms a very key part of the tourism economy in the Western Cape. It's been one of the fastest growing sectors in the tourism industry lately. There's been an annual growth rate of about 7% since 1980. I mean, what makes it even more staggering in terms of the demand recently is that over the last 6 years or so, it's been increasing at a rate of about 20.5%. It's off the back of this growth that the Cape Town Cruise Initiative, or Cruise Cape Town, has been established. The initiative was intended to grow the cruise economy for Cape Town and the Western Cape, and more truly just harness the deep impacts that the industry can offer the tourism industry. Just some stats. In 2012, there were about 6,050 passengers that arrived in the mothership via cruise. And then between 2018 and 2019, this figure reached 52,580, which is quite significant. And I mean, as we can guess, with the increased number of passengers comes an increase in spend. And what's also quite key is this is foreign spend coming into this part of the world. The spend is mainly, I suppose, targeted towards the hotels, the handling, processing, and then also meals for crew and their transport. This is quite significant because sorry, carry on.
I'm sorry, something that was interesting me, we knew there was an exponential growth in the cruise industry lately, and it used to be, in my understanding as a child, something that retirees would go and do as their sort of bucket list. They would go on a cruise, but now it's really a booming industry, and it's something that families, people just love doing. Why?
It's reinvented itself. I mean, similar to you, when I was growing up, it was really something that I thought of that people older than 60 used to do, or families used to go. But what has happened is the industry has reinvented itself. The cruise liners are offering unique offerings, and they're providing different entertainments and lodgings, which makes, and also I think the short excursions that people can undertake when they get off the ships is making it interesting for a whole lot of different people to find interest in this industry.
I remember when COVID was just hitting our shores, literally, there were cruise ships that were these COVID bio bubbles. How are they going to deal with the COVID problem, considering even we're on level one, but we may have a fourth wave?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting because from our understanding, we expected cruise to be treated in the same way as air travel. But what's different about cruise is that since the pandemic started, the cruise liners have been working with the health authorities to adopt policies and procedures and protocols that would cover the travel, the contact, and symptom screening, which is, I think it's been far more advanced than many of the other modes of transport. What's also happened is they've strengthened repeatedly as new information became available, which has been great. And the stats that we picked up is that since June 2020, more than 550,000 travelers have traveled via the oceans, and the incidence that has been recorded has been much lower than on land, which shows that they're doing something which is relatively significant in terms of making sure that it's safe for people to travel via cruise.
Yeah, I suppose that once people are on the boat and they've had their test, and they can have daily testing even. It's like being on a closed film set. You can probably contain the anti-COVID spread unless people are getting on and off board the ship as it travels through on its journey.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and as I said, that the cruise liners have realized the importance of this in terms of tourism, and they're doing everything they can in order to make sure that they meet all the requirements to make sure that this is seen as a safe mode of transport.
All right, thank you so much. That was Yaw Peprah, Wesgro's acting CEO.